What happens when you let a corrupt politician run wild, stealing from not just one but two jurisdictions? Using public money to pay for their hairstylist and makeup artist, taking unauthorized first-class trips, and lining their own pockets, while sabotaging the very people they're supposed to serve, raising taxes, shutting down businesses unless they cough up campaign donations and pledge loyalty, getting their corrupt police force to break into businesses, sending goons to literally shoot up people's homes over personal vendettas, allowing women to be assaulted on taxpayer-funded trips, then silencing them, firing them, and sweeping it under the rug instead of seeking justice. And what does everyone with local and state authority do? Nothing. The DA? Nothing. The state legislature? Nothing. The governor? Nothing. All of them stood by and let this fraud lead the party locally, even inviting them to the White House to congratulate them for bankrupting an entire village, looting the township, and leaving destruction in their wake. What do you think happens next? A real-life episode of the Boondocks. That ain't right. Y'all know that ain't right. Yes, folks, this really happened. Last night, multiple angles of the video started circulating on social media. And who's at the center of it? None other than the woman I dubbed the City Girl Mayor, aka Tiffany Teflon Tahoe, aka Mayor Porkchop of D, Illinois. Things got heated at the township meeting again. But let's be real, when haven't they been chaotic under this so-called leadership? We're talking about scenes that have never gone down before in village or township history. Shout out to everyone who hit me up. Anthony, Robert, Scribble, MG, and everybody else checking in to see if I caught this absolute clown show at the township meeting. Tiffany Tahoe did make history, all right. First woman this, first woman that. But also the first to turn both the village and township into a full-blown circus. We're about to break it all down, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Breaking right now in the south suburbs. Fistfights at a Thornton Township meeting tonight. This was our view from two different vantage points. Leaders were forced to clear the hall and stop working again as chaos erupted. Embattled Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard made a rare appearance there tonight, getting into the fray herself. Our Jermont Terry witnessed it all. And Jermont, this happened after several Henyard-supported employees were suspended? That's exactly right, Erica. Tonight's meeting was the first in months here in the township, and it ended with South Holland police getting called in and shutting it down, after Supervisor Henyard's boyfriend squared up with someone making disrespectful comments toward her during public comments. And as you mentioned, the fight is a fight the supervisor found herself in the middle of too. As Jediah Brown finished his public comments directed at Supervisor Tiffany Henyard, he ended, "With this, you gone." Before Brown could even get back to his seat, Henyard's allies, including her boyfriend Kamal Woods, confronted Brown, and punches went flying. Several men joined the tussle, throwing punches and kicking. A security guard tried separating them. Witnesses say Henyard, who was in the front of the room with the Board of Trustees, ran toward the tussle. Her intentions unclear. But she did lose a shoe and was thrown to the ground. This guy in the black t-shirt? That's Kamal Woods, Henyard's boyfriend. And he was also at the center of the trustees' agenda. I would like to make a motion to put Kamal Woods and William Moore on administrative leave. Woods was hired by Henyard to run the township youth program, and many on the board and in the community have questioned what work, if any, he and William Moore, another Henyard ally, ever did in Thornton Township. The board placed them on paid leave immediately as investigations into their positions get underway. Why is it with pay? Because they've been on leave with pay. They haven't done anything related to what their roles are supposed to be. Henyard tried keeping the trustees from making the vote, arguing that placing Woods on leave was nothing more than personal. No, this is political retaliation. So again, thank you for the lawsuit, because y'all just picked her individual. Y'all didn't come here do no research, so I appreciate it. But what was not appreciated? The chaos residents had to see. And now, many people left this meeting shaking their heads, talking about what an embarrassment this night was. As for the fight, it ended the meeting. There was no adjournment. South Holland police were on scene, but we still don't know if anyone was arrested or detained. Officers wouldn't comment. New developments in Thornton Township, where last night's board meeting turned into a brawl. It all sparked after a comment from activist Jediah Brown toward Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. Our Darius Johnson is live in studio with us this morning to break down what happened last night. I mean, it was pretty crazy, Darius, and Henyard wasn't even expected to be there initially. She was not. Yet, she showed up, and essentially nothing worked in her favor last night. The board all voted against her, and residents started speaking their truth. But Henyard's allies didn't go down without a fight. Literally. Take a look. That comment by activist Jediah Brown led to a full-on brawl between him and Henyard's boyfriend, Kamal Woods. Punches were thrown. People climbed on tables. They even started kicking each other as Henyard's allies jumped in. Before this, Woods and William Moore, two township employees hired by Henyard, were placed on administrative leave as an investigation into their roles begins. Henyard called it a personal move, but the board and community have been questioning their work for months. This was the first meeting since trustee Stephanie Weedman filled a vacant seat on the board just last week. With Weedman present, the board was finally able to approve the township's tax levy ordinance and insurance, ending the shutdown. This move left residents thrilled about progress moving forward, and left Henyard fed up about being left out. That's all we've been asking for. Accountability, transparency, doing the right thing. But if she wanted to get up there and earn some respect, she should have been able to respond to Lori Lightfoot's report about credit cards. You want to talk about them not coming to work? But we've been hearing about what you've been doing while you have been at work. It's time for Tiffany to go. None of this madness was happening before her. She single-handedly turned the village and township into a full-blown Tyler Perry Jerry Springer Boondocks crossover episode. And at this point, the feds need to stop dragging their feet. They've got more than enough already.